The Santa Ana wind so prevalent this time of year. They rolled through, and they left us with bright, clear skies here in Los Angeles, California. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said, the key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Oh, look at the juke. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Truly one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league, who's willing to do whatever it takes to win and plays through a lot of adversity and continues to do it at a high level in his high 30s, trying to make another run at the Super Bowl here in his 17th season.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a 2nd and 10. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Here's Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. On this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Back to throw, Stafford. Quick throw there is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And this will be play number 10 on this pretty long opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
A 22-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll run. It's Keith Walker. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a gain of a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Darnold. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on fourth down to punt this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From his own goal line, Stafford. Well, that gives him a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series.
And you don't want to pin this all on the quarterback, even when the pressure's coming. Not easy for them, but that's just something you can't do is take that sack in the end zone.
No, you can't, but for all defensive line coaches, they're celebrating everywhere. Because what do they tell us in our meetings? It's all about the get-off, beating the offensive line at the snap of the football.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Taking it about the 16. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. He'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 9 yards, and the Seahawks first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Horton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Darnold, a sneak. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
First down,
First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And making the tackle there, Jacoby Durant.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Darnold down to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now Darnold. That is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 46. Myers' kick is good. So add 3, all told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing, and that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll be looking to correct course here. They had the safety turned in against them last time they had the ball. That was followed by the field goal. So they'll operate from behind now as they start 1st and 10. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
At the 48-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Stafford. That is caught, and he is going to have a Ram Rams first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That's good for a Rams first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the gun, here's Stafford. Finding Williams once more, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing, but in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
To throw is Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Now Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he's down at the 17-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here comes Puka. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. A tackle made by Boye Mafe.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Throwing is Stafford. And it's caught. Touchdown! A 16-yard touchdown. And the Rams are once again back in front. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Going after here, coming up.
For the extra point.
And the lead is up to 5. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll begin here with a run to Charbonnet. And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Back to throw, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's Darnold. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Seahawks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tuned it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And the lead is now 2.
Makes the score
5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. L.A. readies for its next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Stafford. And this one too low.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Stafford now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Brings up 4th down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Call it a loss of 5. A good sack to bring up 3rd down. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got room to roam. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Myers' kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Darnold. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Seahawks
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. Short throw. It's Higbee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
15 yards.
A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception in the 1st. Stafford looks to throw again. He'll drop this down to Williams. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
2nd and 1.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Jackson Smith and Jigba out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Darnold now to throw. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Third down and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Smith to return it. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he stopped immediately there.
He's brought down at the 30.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second and 9. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, Sometimes a thing of beauty.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Couple first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He's brought down at the 37
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he dropped it about the 11 after only a yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. That's caught left side. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
25-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get him back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Off of play action, Darnold will get that to Charbonnet. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
A gain of 14. And the Seahawks first down.
Play action. It's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for two.
The Seahawks will line up for the
They're going to throw for the two with Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
That keeps the score. Seahawks 25, Rams 13. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw is Stafford. Pass throw to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
That's good for a Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. So just 3 yards on the completion there.
It's a pickup,
and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 7. Inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th
And those
down.
two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Seahawks take
The
over
Seahawks
first and
offense
10
and Sam Darnold
at their
headed
own
back out there.
26-yard line.
And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 6. First down, Seattle.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Darnold. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right.
He's got a man, complete. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Ken Walker, 42 yards. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one makes this a 19-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. LA set to take over again on offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing again at Stafford. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw is Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a 1st down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Rams 13.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to Adams. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Get ready to spin, get ready to spin.
Now it's Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he's going to have a Rams first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Brings up 3rd
So
and
5
6.
yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
You know what's coming. You know what's coming. Ringo.
Throwing is Stafford. To the sideline and incomplete.
They've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford. Caught on the right side by Adams. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Looking to put a drive together. Darnold loses it. And the defense says they have it. They do. One play into the ball game, an early turnover.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again to Williams, running right. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to the tight end, Higbee. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. The kicker here, it's complete. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
Motion, motion, motion.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.